Spooky time with Steven.
Warning, this episode has major spoilers for Scream 6. You have been warned.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Spooky Time with me, Steven G. Today, guys, we are going to talk about none other than Scream 6. Guys, I want to go watch it with my mom. We had our doubts going into it, but after watching it, it was really, really good. It pays tribute to not only Scream 5, which was the previous movie, but it references Scream 1 all the way to now. So let's just talk about it real quick. I'll see if I can do a quick summary real quick without, well, I'm gonna spoil a lot. So guys, get ready for this. So guys, the beginning of the movie, it starts off with Laura Crane, who is played by Samara Weaving. So it starts off with Laura. She is at a restaurant. She is waiting for her online date. She's never met before. A little bit suspicious, don't you think? So she waits for him. She's waiting for him for like about 20 minutes. He hasn't showed up yet. So she ends up calling him. And he's saying that, well, I'm running a little late. I can't find the cross streets where you're at. I can't find the restaurant. So then she tells him where it's at, the color of the building. He's like, I still can't find it. So she tells him, what street are you on? So he tells her said street. And he said that, I think I see it. It's like on the other side of this alley. Can you just go in the front of the alley and like wave? She says she can't see him, but he says, I can see you. So she, like any other person in a horror movie, she goes in the alley. So as she goes in the alley, she's like, oh, where I can't see you. Where are you? And then it turns over to Ghostface, the killer, who is voiced over by Roger Jackson. Roger Jackson has the amazing voice of Ghostface. I can't say that enough. So the killer shows up, does what he does. He kills her. And then it is revealed that the killer is none other played by Tony Revoli. So then he takes a picture of his victim, Laura, and then he goes back to his dorm room. But before he goes to his dorm room, he does see Tara from Scream 5. So as the movie continues, he goes back to his dorm room, tells his roommate that, hey, I've done our latest killing, and we're gonna add it to, not the documentary, but they're going to add it to their list of people that they've killed already. So they're basically copycats. But he can't find his roommate. He's on the phone with them, but it's Ghostface that is on the phone with him. But he thinks that it's his roommate because his roommate has the voice changer. So then he tells him that, oh, well, you're getting close to where I'm at. So find me. So then as he's trying to find around about his dorm room, he goes closer and closer to the refrigerator, where Ghostface is telling him that, yeah, you're getting warmer, I'm there. As he opens the refrigerator door, his roommate is in there brutally killed, and then the killer himself comes right behind him, stabs Tony, and then starts obviously killing him. And then it's revealed that there is the actual Ghostface killer. So now as we go into the movie more, guys, in the beginning, we are starting to see that Tara and Sam, the sisters that were played in part 5, they are in New York City. Tara is going to college, whereas Sam is following her sisters to make sure that she does not meet any harm anymore. And this movie takes place a year after. I'm sorry, I should have started that off in the beginning, but this movie takes place a year after the events of Scream 5. Now, Tara is dealing with it on her own, but by her definition of dealing with it is that she does not want to think about it. She does not want to, do anything about what happened about last year. She wants to forget it and move on with her life. Whereas her sister Sam, she is dealing with it as, she's going to therapy, and she's being more cautious of the people that she meets. She's being more cautious of every step that she takes. So now Sam, the older sister, is living, close to her sister, and she lives with a roommate. Her name is Quinn Bailey. So as the movie continues, Ghostface has finally found Sam and Tara once more, and he is stalking them. He is trying to obviously kill them. So if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Scream, or if you guys seen the movie Scream, go watch it. There's a scene in the movie that I'll be breaking down right now, that they're in a liquor store. They're being chased by Ghostface, and when they actually escape, Sam is actually having a phone call with her ex-boyfriend from the last movie, which is Richie Kirsch, who she killed, and Richie ended up being the killer himself. So as that progresses on, Sam and Tara are fighting because you know Tara just wants to stay in New York and finish her schooling, whereas Sam, she just tells, we got to pick up and we got to go. But Tara does not want to agree with that. She is an adult. She wants to do what she wants, obviously. So like I said, as the movie continues, the friends are starting to be on high alert, going back through the rules, going through who should be a suspect, which is another thing which we go into with the roommate Quinn. Now, Sam's roommate Quinn, when they met 6 months before actually getting to New York, they put an ad saying that, well, I need a roommate. Mysteriously, Quinn answered the ad, and they became roommates ever since. And then their other friend, which is Ethan Landry, he is kind of like the squirrely kind of guy who is kind of like a movie nerd, and then plus he's kind of shy about him, so it puts him on the suspect list as well. And then as Sam and Tara are brought back into the mix again, they are at the police station, and the head detective is led by Mr. Wayne Bailey, which is Quinn's father. Now he's saying that, well, at the last Ghostface killing, that your license was actually on the floor. So do you have your alibi of where you were? And she's like, well, yeah, I was at a party. I was with my sister, and then I was with my friends. They can vouch for me. And at this point, Sam is actually being torn up on social media. She is actually being labeled as the killer because they found out that she killed Richie, and that they later on find out that Sam is actually related to Billy Loomis, which is the original killer in Part 1 with Stu Macher, which is played by Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich. So then, who else shows up after all these murder attacks on the sisters? Gale Weathers. Now, Gale Weathers, played by Courtney Cox, who has been played since Part 1 all the way to now. She is just saying that, well, I had to come back and I had to figure out what's going on. I'm a reporter. I have to report this. And then another person from a blast from the past is Kirby Reed. She is played by Hayden Panettiere, and she starred in Scream 4. She played, obviously, Kirby. And if you guys haven't seen that one, she was stabbed fatally by one of the killers themselves, Emma Roberts, and one of the Culkin brothers. I forgot which one he was, but he stabbed her, leaving her for dead. She does reveal that in the movie that where her whereabouts were, that she was recovering from the stab wound, that she died technically for 4 minutes, and that after that she didn't want to feel helpless anymore. She wanted to put these killers, the bad guys, away, so she ended up joining the police, the police force, and then ended up going to the FBI. And then as the movie continues on, the sisters want to meet Ghostface somewhere, so that way they can trap him and they can expose him and bring him into the police. But unfortunately, the Ghostface killer wasn't where they wanted them to be. They were in a park, and it turns out that the police were trying to triangulate where he was, but they ended up saying that, oh, he's actually on the Upper West Side, and they were somewhere, I forgot where they were. They ended up racing to where they, to the Upper West Side, which is where Gale Weathers is with her new boyfriend. And Gale gets a call saying that, oh, the killer's here, and that he's saying that, oh, I'm going to kill you and stuff like that, the usual. So then it turns out that the killer is actually inside Gale's apartment, where they have this big showdown, and then pretty much towards the end of that scene, Gale is fatally stabbed. So with that being said, they move on to setting the trap for the killer. Now, they found a place where Tony Rivoli, him and his roommate rented a place, like a theater kind of. Now, that theater is brimmed to the max with Ghostface memorabilia. So meaning from Scream 1 all the way to Scream 5 is filled with Ghostface stuff. And then in the background, you see a whole bunch of Ghostface costumes. Now, each of those costumes was worn by a killer themselves. So in the first one you see is Billy's Billy Loomis's Ghostface outfit. Now that was from the first movie, obviously, and then it goes, Mickey, Billy's mother, and then so on and so forth. So there is a moment where Tara and Chad are talking and they're flirting with each other, and then they finally kiss. Now, in that moment, Ghostface actually stabs Tara in the back, and then Chad is defending her, trying to protect her, and then which at one point Chad is stabbed numerous times by two killers, guys. There's two killers now that are stabbing Chad to death, and Tara and Sam are running for their lives, but unfortunately they are trapped inside the theater, so they have nowhere to go, and they are trapped inside with said killers. Now it is revealed at the with that the detective Wayne Bailey, he set the whole thing up. So what's the motive with that? So it is revealed that not only Ethan Landry is involved in this, and then also Quinn is also involved, which was Sam's roommate. Now it is revealed that Quinn, Ethan, and Detective Wayne Bailey are related. Wayne is obviously the father, and then Quinn and Ethan are brother and sister. And what is the motive for why are they doing this? Well, in the last movie, guys, Richie Kirsch, who was Sam's boyfriend, was actually dun 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 Wayne Bailey's son, the oldest. Now they want to punish Sam for killing their brother and their son. So she goes full on saying that, well, the problem, I killed him, so what? He was a maniac. He just, pretty much baiting the family, saying that, oh, your son was weak, he was pathetic and stuff like that. The brother and sister are getting angry. They are getting to the point where they're going to kill the sisters. So then the sisters outsmart the killers, and they start, running around the theater, trying to outsmart them, trying to pin them down somehow. So my favorite death was Ethan Bailey, where Tara is being dangled from the top of a balcony. Sam's trying to hold on to her with her hand, but she's saying to let her go, which is kind of the theme of their relationship. Sam does not want to let her sister go because she is scared of what will happen, but Tara has to reassure her that you have to let me go. I know what I'm doing. And in that moment, Sam lets her go. Ethan gets a good stab into Tara, but whereas Tara gets a knife and stabs Ethan in the mouth. Damn! And she just pretty much tells him that, I won. And she goes, now you're going to die a virgin. And then that was one of the things that before they knew who the killer was, that Ethan said, am I going to die a virgin? So now he will die a virgin. And then on top of the balcony, Sam and Quinn are having their showdown. Sam is baiting Quinn, saying that, well, she goes, I always knew your brother was pathetic, even before that he was stupid and pathetic. And Sam has a gun hidden in her back, and then as Quinn is going to lunge at her and try to kill her, Sam gets a lucky headshot, kills her. And then after that, all that's left is the father. So then the father is trying to follow Sam. He gets a good lucky shot off of Sam, and pretty much telling her, put on your birthright, which is putting on the Ghostface mask and the costume. Put it on so that way I can pin you as the killer. You killed my son and daughter, and you try to kill me as well. He's trying to frame her just to sully her bad name. But what we don't see is that Sam has a Ghostface voice changer and is calling Wayne and telling him that, do you really think you're going to get away from me? Do you really think that you're going to get away with all this? And which at one point she sneaks up right behind him, stabs him multiple times. She is stabbing him. And then she takes off the Ghostface mask. And not only is she wearing a Ghostface mask, but she is wearing the original Ghostface mask of her father, Billy Loomis. Now, she is, like I said in the past, guys, she was seeing her father through reflections. She is seeing him in her mind. She is seeing him everywhere. And he's pretty much telling her, you're becoming the killer. You need to. This is your birthright. But guys, at that point, I'm like, I think she's becoming the killer, because she not only is she protecting her sister, but she's protecting herself. But I think at some point, I think that she will become a killer. Just to wrap this up really quickly, killer is defeated, all that stuff. They are upset because the sisters are upset because of the friends that they supposedly lost, but turns out they didn't lose them. That the friends were okay. They were just, they were rushed to the hospital. They were okay. Everyone's alive. Not everybody. Sorry, but there is a possibility for a part 7. Now, there is a moment at the ending where Sam is holding her father's ghost face mask, and it makes you wonder, if they make a part 7, is she going to be the killer? I would like to assume that in the next possible movie, she could actually become the killer. But, as far as this one goes, guys, without Nev Campbell being in this one, it did really well in the box office. Who knows, guys? Maybe if they do make a part 7, she could be a part of it. Who knows? She could be the killer. Yeah, and then if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, me and my mom, we did a live video after the movie was over, and it beat out our expectations. It really did. The jump scares were good. The killings were good. The eerie feeling where Ghostface, is he here? Is he there? Who is he? The obvious question, who is he? And what is their motive? So, guys, it was a good movie. I give it a 9.5, 9.5 out of 10. It was that good. The other 5 being if Nev Campbell was still in it. But guys, if you haven't seen it yet, Scream 6 is still in theaters. Go check it out if you're a horror fan. Guys, I cannot stress enough how good it was. I might go see it again for all we know. But guys, thank you so much for being with me on Spooky Time with Stephen G. And as always, guys, you stay super out there.
This has been Spooky Time with Steven. Happy hauntings.